XBHP means X amount of brake horsepower, which means we do road trips on machines ranging from our homemade single cylinder world class motorcycles to the world's best on four wheels. In 2017, we decided to do something very few people had done before: go around the continent on two of the world's fastest bikes, a 280 horsepower Ninja H2 and a Ducati Panigale 1299. This is our story. So in the first three episodes, we started from Sydney and we went up to Brisbane, and then we took a left towards the center of Australia and we reached Uluru before we started going up to the city of Darwin. And finally, we did the whole of West Coast, which is one of the most isolated stretches of roads in the world, to hit the city of Perth. And that is where we begin our episode 4. And we finally reached Perth, the capital of Western Australia and the fourth most populated city in Australia. Perth is also one of the most isolated cities in the world. Here we ended up staying for 4 or 5 days to get the bike serviced and to explore the city.
New computing device acquired.
Alright guys, so we are going to the distinguished gentleman's ride, and I got this attire for around $60 from Kmart, not bad, and borrowed this helmet, Harley helmet as well. So let's go. I hope we are not the odd ones out on these kind of bikes. Anyway.
What's your ride?
Hi.
From,
Nice to
I
meet
was
you.
following you from the beginning.
What are you riding?
Just a Royal Enfield.
Oh, nice. Hi. Good to see a Royal Enfield here.
When did you reach here in Perth?
Absolutely. Okay, Leo. Sorry.
We are running to the
So these are our bikes, the Daniela Little and the H2, and I think I met the Riddler as well from Batman. He's supposed to be my enemy, but he was very nice, very easy. So the best way to actually come to this event are cafe races and classic bikes. But I think this place has got some really amazing stuff, some really amazing bikes, and there are more people riding it. In a little bit of time, a few years, they will again start making machines like this, because all the retro stuff will start missing, and this will be the new trend again. Lavada.
Oh,
This
spicy.
is a 250.
It looks really spacey.
It looks from the movie Back to the Future, something like that, and that is not bad. We have come from a sea of humanity in India to sea of motorcycles here, and I think I have to say this, but the most powerful bike here is mine, the Ninja H2. Sorry, I had to say this. Here's Jeet. Why is he looking so tall? Because I am. Shit. Anyway, so I first met him in the last ride in 2013.
2013, yeah.
He hasn't changed a bit. I think he's grown taller. I have grown shorter. I don't know.
Are here on the day. The highest fundraiser in Perth is a gentleman by the name of Grant Hasler. Are you here, Grant? $14,300, Grant. That's incredible. Very well done. The highest fundraising team in Perth is the Perth Cafe Racers, who organised the event. Well done to Perth Cafe Racers. With $16,183, and 14,000 of those are not grants, okay? Just so you know.
Okay guys, so here we are in Distinguished Gentleman's Ride in Perth, and the scene was amazing. The ride is just finished, and there were over 500-600 bikers, and bikes of all different kinds, you name it, and they were there. Vintage, super bikes, street bikes, custom motorcycles, everything was there, and it was what an electrifying atmosphere. Yeah, we were here, and I think I'm the most misfit gentleman here, in my Denisi suit. Yes, but the most well-dressed biker is the one who is, who never compromises with safety. So I'm the most well-dressed biker here, no doubt about that. Yeah. Good evening, guys. We are in Fremantle in Perth, and this is our third day here. We have 2 more days to go. I don't know much about it, but it looks like the party town of Perth. There are so many cafes, clubs and bars and pubs here. So this entire Fremantle area is full of graffitis, some really beautiful graffitis. And where I'm standing right now, I think this has to be one of the most beautiful graffiti or the street art that I've seen in my life. Hopefully now from here you can see this entire design. Okay, so this place belongs to East West Design. Now you know why this is the most beautiful graffiti.
It was pretty good today. There were around 500-600 motorcyclists over there on the road, gathered at a place called McCallum Park. And if I heard correctly, they had raised around $80,000-90,000 just from the Perth ride.
Approximately 75% of the ride is already over, and we have around 6,000 more kilometers to go. My experiences have been mostly very good, particularly the people. The country is beautiful, but it's beautiful in a different way. It's not beautiful like Europe or in particular Switzerland or Austria. It's very raw and very rustic. It demands the best of you physically and mentally, because it's still very secluded, still very virgin. I think the riding in Australia on a big ride like this is more of a mental game than physical. We don't feel any tiredness or any fatigue. It's just the mental fatigue that gets onto you. Yeah, so that's about it.
Hey guys, that was nice timing. So we are here in the city of Perth, in the center of Perth, and today is our last night. We are going to start riding tomorrow for the last 6,000 kilometers, and we had a little bit of an extended stay in Perth because we wanted to get our drone back, which we have got now. But I think the movement here in front of me is the frame before me, and it's a very beautiful place where I am right now. It's called the St. George's Cathedral. Sunil Ji was in front of me, yes. And look at this frame, these 2 bikes that we are riding, they're looking so beautiful. And they're also looking quite new because we got the service and wash done here in Perth. And it's been quite an eventful stay for us in Perth, because we also did the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, and we this place, and we got our drone back. So actually it's a quite nice place, as you can see, quite beautiful. As we finally left Perth to ride the last 6,000 kilometers along the southern coast of Australia, we were about to enter the most beautiful part. The visual treat you get while riding or driving in this part of the country is unmatched. You get to see some of the most iconic roads and landmarks that Australia has to offer, like the Nullarbor, the Great Ocean Road, the Great Australian Bight, Gnomesville, etc. So if you're planning to do a longish road trip in Australia and don't have time or inclination to do something as big as the Power Trip 360, we would suggest that you ride from Perth to Sydney
or vice versa to see the best that Australia has to offer. First to be ticked off from this list is the Gnomesville. There are roughly 7,000 gnome statues lying there at Gnomesville, literally by the side of a road at an intersection. The whole area looks like an actual gnomes town with all kind of gnomes residing there. There is a gnomes football team and a detention center. There are also astronomer gnomes, pilot gnomes, farmer gnomes, homeless gnomes, and retired gnomes as well. If you are in this part of the world, then this place should definitely be on your checklist. Whether you are a kid or a retired old man, it will surely bring a smile to your face.
Guys, this is pretty amazing. I mean, we are at the port of Augusta, and it's again almost a full moon night. And here I am standing in front of the ocean. It's very windy, as you can probably make out. There have been a lot of emotions involved in this trip. Primarily sitting on a motorcycle when you have nothing to do except ring the throttle and just see nothingness go by. In fact, that is the best way of meditation. That is what I have figured. Doing so many kilometers in a day, and when you're seeing nothing, in fact, leaves your mind, brings your mind into a different plane where it transcends the clutter and the noise, everything, and it allows you to think a lot many more things while enjoying and absorbing your environment at the same time. I think the closest feeling to this probably could be going to a space in a space shuttle, or where you can see everywhere around you, 360 degrees. You can see the earth, you can see the sky, the stars, the galaxies. And I'm just thankful that I was able to do this trip. For me, this was the third time around Australia, and there is something very spiritual about these roads, especially when you are riding into nothing. And there is this field of stars which you can see above through your helmet visor in the night, because it's absolutely crystal clear. And below you can see the road passing by, those white lines, and stars slowly moving above. And there's nothing everywhere, like there's nothing on the left or right, and there's this straight road in front of you, and you can only see till where you are actually required to see, nothing more, nothing less. And it's just amazing. That is all I can say. But I just want to absorb this feeling for now. I think we should get going. I don't want to leave this place right now, but thanks to everyone, thanks to God, thanks to you, thanks for everyone for making this happen, and cheers.
So we were going to Albany today from Augusta, and just a few kilometers ahead of Augusta we saw this huge cloud of smoke. I hope you can see it has covered almost the entire area. This is most probably forest fire, an out of control forest fire, you can see. And we were just coming here from that side, and there was a farm on our side, and when we stopped for a small photo shoot, look, all these cows came to meet me. They were like standing there somewhere in the field, and when we stopped here, they came to meet us. They're all lined up here, but they are a bit scared as well. I wanted to go close to them and probably, pat them. Probably they are a little amazed who these animals are, two-legged animals are. Say hello, say moo. Say moo. Moo. My friend, क्या आप मुझे पहचानते हैं? क्या आप पिछले जन्म में इंडिया में थे? क्योंकि मैं तो पहली बार आया हूँ यहाँ।